Hey, I'm Dave Lashinsky. I'm the CEO of 8th Day Software, a new software firm. We're about 3 years old, and our goal is to bring jobs back to America and provide innovative, high-tech solutions here in West Tennessee. Rural sourcing really came out of a couple of frustrations I had when I was the CIO of a big healthcare organization. We did our best to save money, use our resources responsibly, and that meant offshore resources in many cases. But what happens is there's time zone differences and a lot of communication differences that you couldn't create the innovative products that we really wanted to create for that company. I wanted to give companies an alternative. So you have an expensive resource on site with a consulting firm in Atlanta, Chicago, Nashville, etc., or you go all the way to Pakistan, India, China, and there wasn't a whole lot of options in the middle. So what we're doing here in Henderson is creating an option that's in the middle of those, where you have similar time zones, similar culture, similar language, and so we can create really innovative solutions for our customers at really cost-effective prices for them. We're doing healthcare software here that's helping cancer patients all over the country be treated better. We're doing mobile apps on the main street of Henderson that you would never believe are done here. We were at Stanford University earlier this year demoing a product for a client, and we showed them a picture on a map of where the product was built, and they almost fell out of their chairs laughing because they couldn't believe it would happen in such a small little town. Henderson, Tennessee is in the western portion of the state. It's on the I-45 corridor, really nestled between maybe Tupelo, Mississippi, and then Murray, Kentucky, or Paducah to the north. Small town, smallest county, I think, in the state. And so it's probably not the stereotypical place to put a software company. People either think I'm really smart or crazy when I say we're in Henderson. But when I came and asked a question of the chamber, she literally got up from her desk and brought me to another small business and introduced me to a dock that had space available and introduced me to the mayor and literally walked me through the town and wouldn't let me leave until I believed that this was the place for me. That is one of the most distinctive things that a small town can do to really grab businesses, is to believe in themselves and then really show that passion to potential business owners. So I think small rural towns are really an untapped resource. Whether it's Henderson or Medina or Crossville or Greenville, Tennessee on the other side of the state, there's a lot of little small towns across this state that you don't sit in traffic and commute an hour each way. You don't have to worry about high taxes. You don't have to worry about expensive real estate when you're trying to start a business. There's millennials all over this great state that don't want to sit in an hour of traffic in Memphis or Nashville. And I love both of those cities, but there are people that just don't want to sit in an hour of traffic each way. They want to ride their bike to work. They want to be able to go see their kids at school at lunchtime. There are lifestyle attributes that small towns have that we're not selling as part of the job package. And millennials, more and more, value that lifestyle more than they value capturing every single dollar they can capture. We believe small towns can do the manufacturing jobs. We believe small towns can do the retail jobs. We believe small towns can have a doctor's office and a couple of nurses. Why don't we believe small towns can have marketing firms and creative design firms and software companies and engineering firms? Why isn't there an engineering firm on the main street of Henderson designing bridges that need replaced in Memphis? Why are we not designing new buildings that are, environmentally sound? There's a lot of opportunities, and I guarantee you there are engineers sitting somewhere in traffic right now going, gosh, I wish I didn't have to deal with this, right? So small towns, whether it's a decade from now, 2 decades from now, need to really become an intellectual center of business for our great state. Broadband in these small towns is remarkably important because all of our clients, really 95–98% of our clients, are in other parts of this country. And so our speed and our connectivity from this office, whether it's an IP phone or a video conference or collaborating, connecting to their software products as we edit and change them, all of that is made possible, frankly, in Henderson right now because of the investment in fiber in this town. Doctors' offices, with much of the legislation passed, have got to provide connectivity and access to patient charts. You don't do that over a dial-up modem from 1985. You do that with high-speed connectivity. I can be in Ann Arbor, Michigan, I can be in Detroit, I can be in Chicago, I can be in places in California and Arizona, and people will laugh and say, I can't get gigabit fiber here, and you have it in this little map dot in the middle of Tennessee. keep going after factories, keep going after the jobs that you're winning today. There's a lot of strength in pulling those auto jobs from Michigan and other big states up north. Keep doing that, but don't ignore the high-tech entrepreneurs and the engineers and the marketing firms on Main Street. Those are great sources of growth. We really talk about and dispel a lot of small-town myths when we talk about what we actually have here, and people see what we can do and they hear these stories. They really just have a different view of small towns in Tennessee, particularly when they hear our story.